Hey guys, I want to show you some new ideas about layering tracks. I normally don't do a lot of layering, but I know all those dance guys are doing it, so I thought, well, I should try that too. Um, and the idea is that we have a melody that we play several times with different instruments in different frequency ranges. Um, so, for example, I have this one and this one, which is the same chords but just like filter LFO, I think, or envelope modulation, I think. And then we have the same chords again with A Rhodes, and then the same chords again. So those all together. And I did a lot of stuff here to make that work, because now that we have different melodies, different instruments, not different melodies, but different instruments, we gotta get a little bit of mixing going on, otherwise it won't really work. So one thing I did, for example, is in this zebra region, had a lot of resonances that I'm modulating out, and I'm doing some modulation that has to do with the cutoff, or this just opening. I do have delay, the delay mix. So some of this is to make it work inside let it work inside the track. Other things are just to make it sound better. And here we have one that starts out with a high pass filter, so all the low gets rolled off there, and the other ones have that for the high. So you just want to make a little room for everything. And the way I normally do that is I will solo the track, and then I will set a loop region, command loop. There we go. And then I'll take a multimeter and I'll just look where this region has the most information, and I will scoop that out in other regions. So for this example, that would be like 500, around 500, a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower. And that's what I do with all those regions, and then I try to keep it as simple as possible. So just one melody, and then later I add a little bit more. And then for the drums, I did the same, where I had just one drum loop that I've sliced up to make it work, and I've copied that several times to different channels. And for example, I have the highs with mainly snares, and that's going to a delay bus, which is this delay. That is modulated. And then I have the lows. Come on. And the way I divide those frequencies is I use the multipressor, and then I'll just solo the bands that I want. So now here I can set how big the band should be, and then I'll solo. So in this case, it's up to 1.1 K that we hear, and then I will copy that and reverse it for the other channel. So this has the two high bands soloed from 1.1, and this way I can treat my drums a little bit better. And let's see, then we have the for the kicks, it's the same, and then I have one channel that I compressed a lot, and then that will be the same as setting up a compressor on the bus and sending very hard into it and compressing it, and then slowly raising the fader until you get a little bit more sustain and punch in your drum loop. I did that here in the channel, so I can easily see that now. So I would play the loop like this, and then slowly start adding this back in. And then at the end of the phrases, I've modulated the delay on the delay bus, so we can hear sort of the ping pong delay at the end of every 4 bars, I think. That brings us by this part here, and here I went a little bit too crazy maybe, but what I did is I had one melody, which was, let me search it, why is that melody? Oh, this one. Very techno-like, but I had that one melody in MIDI, and then what I did was I searched for the important notes in there, and I took those out and copied those, just those notes, on a different MIDI channel, and that way I could process those notes a little bit easier. I was actually looking for a way to send specific notes to specific audio buses, but I couldn't find it, so this is my workaround. This is the first note of the melody, and it has, for example, it has a bigger reverb, and you can hear the reverb pitch. You hear that somewhere around here, it pitches up. So that is a little detail that I wanted to do on that note, and then here I have a second note going through another reverb. And this one also has a little bit of delay, and then just the rest of the melody. So that is my approach of layering, and if you want to get into that stuff, I recommend for keeping the melody simple. Don't go too crazy, because you can really go nuts and make 40 channels, which is what I would do, and then I have to say to myself, well, this is not good. You can do better. You don't need 40 channels, but start very simple with a simple melody. And when you're choosing your sounds, that's maybe the best advice. When you're choosing your different sounds, already make sure that you have some in every region of the spectrum. So choose some low sounds, choose some mid sounds, and choose some high sounds. My sort of mistake was that I chose all sounds that I liked, but they were all in similar frequency ranges. So then I had to mix like crazy to get it all to work. So if you at the sound design process already start to choose which kind of sounds you're gonna use, then you will make it a lot easier for yourself later on. So thanks for that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.